Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Avasam and TikTok webinar series. Really excited to having you all today. Today we are going to talk about increasing the product listing on TikTok Shop with Avasam. We have Makan from TikTok Shop today. He's the strategic and partnership manager for TikTok Shop. He will do the introduction himself in a minute. We also have Vanessa, who is our social media and digital creator, and your host, which is me. So I'm really excited and looking forward to talking to you today about how you can grow your listings on TikTok Shop using Avasam. So I will just do a quick introduction about myself. So guys, my name is Tejas. I'm the founder and CEO of Avasam. We connect seller and suppliers and we help them to grow their online sales with the dropshipping business model. So that's me. Vanessa, over to you.
Hello, everybody. So yes, thank you, Tejas, for that introduction. As you can see, I am a social media digital content creator for eBusiness Guru, which is a side of Avasam here. And we work with brands creating content for TikTok Shop, doing live stream events, short form video, shoppable videos, things like that. And I guess my favorite thing about TikTok in general is just the content creation aspect of it. Tejas found me because I create my own fun content as well. So I do it both personally and professionally. And I'm very excited to share with you guys some tips, tricks, trending topics, and things like that.
Thank you, Vanessa. Makan, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to be part of this webinar today. Just a brief background about myself. I am one of the TikTok Shop partner managers here within the TikTok Shop team. I've been in this position for almost 7 months now, which might not seem like a long time, but in TikTok world, it really feels like I've been here for a good 3 or 4 years. Prior to joining TikTok Shop, I was with Amazon for over 4 years, where I spent half of my time in logistics and the other half part of the Amazon Global selling team, where I made the transition last year to TikTok Shop, which I'm really excited about, helping essentially build e-commerce on the platform.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Makan. So that leads us to the next slide, which is the agenda for today's webinar. So it's divided into 4 sections. In the first section, which is going to be led by Makan, where he's going to talk about, how the social selling take place on the TikTok Shop. Mm-hmm. The second section, which is around top trending products on Avasam, where myself and Vanessa will talk about that, about the suppliers, the products which are out there. Then Makan and myself and Vanessa will talk about the third section, which is what are the benefits you will get, being a part of Avasam users and also TikTok users. And the last section is my favorite, which is Q&A. Right. So let's dive in, guys. I just realized I need to do a quick intro about Avasam. So, okay, what is Avasam, guys? So Avasam is a multi-channel dropshipping marketplace where we work with social commerce channels like TikTok, marketplaces like eBay, Amazon, and shopping carts like Shopify, BigCommerce, Wix, WooCommerce as well. We virtually connect the sellers and suppliers, and we automate their the underlying key processes, which is starting from the listing of the products to order processing, inventory management, payment and shipping. Our subscription starts from $19.99, and our top package, which is the Guru package, which comes with the account management service as well for TikTok users, which is at $149.99. We, as a part of this initiative, we do provide now curated product list for TikTok users. So towards the end of the call, if you would like to know more about it, how you can get access of it, or how you can get account management service, do let us know. Some of the stats, we have over 200,000 SKUs, which is available to sell online. Majority of these products are available from the UK-based suppliers. We've been going on for nearly 5 years now, and the current active seller base, which we have just under 2,000. So guys, as I said, really excited to having you all today. And we'll help you to this social commerce journey and see that how you can grow it further with this partnership between TikTok Shop and Avasam. So over to you, Ken.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Tejas. One thing worth mentioning is that Avasam has been one of our trusted partners for over a year. Conscious, of course, I've been at the company for 7 months. Only recently started to have the pleasure to work with you guys. But it's just definitely worth mentioning. Avasam has definitely been able to deliver some fantastic results in a relatively short space of time, which has been fantastic. So very excited to continue this partnership. Now, from a TikTok Shop perspective, one statistic that really blew me away when I was learning about the social commerce space in the UK was the projected growth. Now, we're in 2024. It's projected that in just 2 years' time, the entire market size of social commerce will be 64 billion. So that's almost, so that will be increasing from 11.4% to 33%. So it's almost tripling in size within a 2-year space, which I believe is phenomenal. So it's definitely a sector that's growing. And I say this in a very non-biased way, or non-biased way, that TikTok Shop is at the forefront of this trend. Now, if we can move to the next page.
Sure.
Thank you very much. So you guys might be aware of the hashtag TikTok made me buy it phenomena. Essentially, this was a proof of concept for us within the team that the marketplace could work. So in 2020, prior to the launch of the TikTok Shop marketplace here in the UK, we launched the hashtag TikTok made me buy it initiative, which gained 71 billion video views. And this was where people would buy products and then demonstrate the products that they were buying on TikTok. And it gained a lot of attraction. So that reassured us that there is definitely the demand for a marketplace on TikTok Shop, which ultimately led to the launch of the marketplace just over 2 years ago.
Brilliant.
Now, moving on to this slide, it's quite remarkable when you see the growth that TikTok has experienced in the last few years. It's now become the 3rd biggest channel to convert customers to convert individuals to customers, just after family recommendations or seeing a family buy a certain product. So it's ahead of TV now. So TikTok videos are more effective than TV advertising, or even physically seeing products in a store in terms of converting customers into individuals into customers. So yeah, that's quite a powerful statistic. Then moving on to the next slide, which basically highlights what we call the 4 C's behind the very powerful purchasing force on TikTok. And this is the 4 C's include creators. So this is probably what you've heard of, and you probably might have seen if you've used TikTok, even just TikTok, the app before. We have a network of, I believe it's 600,000 affiliates on our network, which create videos and tag products on behalf of brands, or they just simply make videos just as a hobby. We also have the culture aspect, so that's incredibly important as well. We've got content. So when we say content, we're predominantly referring to short videos and lives. Those are the two kind of key types of content that you can create on TikTok. And then finally, community is very, very big as well. You might have seen, for example, the Muslim community is quite big, where they might demonstrate how to use a hijab. So these sort of communities, many different types of diverse communities exist on TikTok, and that can also be very important when you're determining your go-to-market strategy, is to understand which community you're going to target. But probably before that is, does a community even exist that would have demand for the type of products that you sell?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Now, so now we're going to move on to the actual app and what it does. So essentially, it's a one-stop solution, all fully integrated into one app, where customers, the entire customer journey doesn't leave the app. It all stays within the application. And this next slide quite clearly demonstrates that. So let me take you through a customer journey in practice, from your For You page all the way to the basket. So essentially, you'll browse through TikTok, either viewing short videos or perhaps even a live. You see a product that you like, you click on it, they'll present to you the product description and information. If you're interested in the product, of course, then you click again, you check out, and then you pay for the order, all via just a few steps, and you don't leave the application, which I think is the most unique part, which doesn't exist on other platforms currently. Again, so this is a so kind of, as I mentioned, TikTok Shop is a one-stop solution where you can go throughout the entire journey on the app, all the way from browsing, selecting, checking out, and of course advocating. So that goes back to the community aspect of promoting your product. Brilliant. So in terms of how you can sell as a seller, as a brand, as a merchant, the different ways that you can sell on TikTok Shop are through live shopping. So this is where either you have a presenter, or it could be yourself, where you demonstrate and you showcase products. Perhaps you can discuss some of their qualities. You can even try them on so customers can see what it looks like on somebody, and users and viewers can buy the product. Again, just a matter of a few clicks, as I just demonstrated. You also have shoppable videos. So these are, of course, pre-recorded. They tend to be around 5 seconds to about a minute long. Again, sellers can tag their products onto the short videos, and a user that views the short video can just purchase the product in a matter of a few clicks as well. Then you also have product showcase. So this is more similar to your standard marketplaces, like the likes of your Amazons and eBays, where you upload your SKUs, upload images, provide product description, bullet points, etc., and then customers can view those products, and if they want to buy them, they can also do so. But it doesn't have a content, necessarily a content component. Brilliant. And then the final one, sorry, just on the slide before, I believe that is Shop Tab. And essentially, this is a page where you can participate in different types of deals. And when you do participate in different types of deals and campaigns, whether it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, or just a general weekly deal participation, those products will be displayed on the shop tab section, where customers can browse again and go through the shopping journey, similar to the other types of selling on TikTok Shop.
Yeah. So just want to add on here something. So the one who are already selling on other marketplaces, who likes of eBay, Amazon, what you will find there, that they have only one way to reach out the customer, which is the marketplace route, which is the last option, which McKenna has highlighted, which is the shop tab, right? However, with TikTok Shop, it allows you to reach out the customers in other 3 ways as well, which is TikTok Live, shoppable videos, and product showcase as well. So it gives you like 3 times more, power to reach to your customer and grow the sales, for your products, your brands, for the dropshipping products as well.
Absolutely. No, those are all definitely great points. And it's really how we distinguish ourselves amongst other platforms is the content. All very valid points. Now, in terms of actually setting up on TikTok Shop, the process is relatively straightforward. It's just outlined there. But in terms of some requirements that you should be aware of is you need to be a UK registered business. You need to have a UK business address. The stock that you have ought to be in the UK as well. Of course, you can import products from abroad, but when you're fulfilling the orders, those products should be in the UK. And then apart from that, that's pretty much it. As long as you meet those criteria, the setting up process is relatively straightforward.
Yeah, I agree with it. So we here at Avasam manage a number of brands, and we have launched them on TikTok ourselves. I personally found the onboarding process is very, very sleek. When you see a platform first time, like opening a new account and verifying yourself, the process is always daunting. But what I found, especially in last 6 months, that TikTok has improved massively. From registering yourself and having a live shop, it takes less than 2 hours, guys. So as long as you have all the valid paperwork with you, if you don't have the paperwork, then it can be challenging. But if you have the paperwork, then the process is quite slick. So I personally like that process. Another thing, what Akin has highlighted that has come into our attention about what stock you can sell. We've been asked many times that can we drop ship the stock from Temu, or can we drop ship the stock from AliExpress or Alibaba from China stock? And I just want to highlight here that drop shipping from the cross country is not allowed on TikTok, and they are very, very strict when it comes to cross country drop shipping. They have a special AI algorithms which detects those kind of transactions. So just making everyone aware that be careful with Avasam. Drop shipping on TikTok is safe because whatever the products we highlight is eligible for TikTok. All products are based in TikTok, and we actually done a due diligence with that supplier, so you can drop ship those products. So this is a very important point. I just wanted to highlight that when you sell on TikTok, just make sure that you sell the products which you are eligible. Okay. So moving on from setting up the TikTok shop, then you need a product, sourcing the products with Avasam. So Vanessa, over to you.
Thank you very much. So yeah, this slide is pretty self-explanatory, guys, but obviously you sign up and you kind of filter, source, and list through the products. Then you optimize, plan, and promote the products onto TikTok Shop using Avasam as your gateway to start selling on TikTok, which is great. We have new TikTok Shop authorized suppliers here. So you see a lot of home decor, fashion, beauty, supplements, fragrances, and even some food and drink as well. These are all very popular niches on the platform as well. So you can already find an abundance of inspiration on the platform itself in terms of what sort of content is performing well in these categories. Okay, so you just going forward, guys, we're just seeing a few little more snippets of different products and categories that are doing quite well. So you can see in the first one, you can see a doll there, a doll house. So you have some garden pet stuff. You have watches, you have jewelry, clothing and fashion. That's always a big one. We are obviously coming up on camping season and garden and patio season as well, as it is now spring going into summer and all of the fun stuff like that. So that's that. In terms of products sold by category in 2023, you can see the home category taking up about 45%, garden 14%, fashion and lifestyle at 10%, and then you have all of your other categories there as well. And so you can actually see that split up between the months. So you can obviously see what categories perform the best during different times of the year. Okay. And so what you'll want to do is obviously you'll optimize your listings as well as your content strategy and live streams to kind of go with that. Okay. So we want one. Yeah. Okay, so this is a very big category right now on the platform. So natural supplements, these are produced to pharmaceutical standards, 10% discount in April to May, and they are suitable for vegetarians. Like I said, in terms of the health and wellness space on the platform, you're going to see a ton of video inspiration of people talking about different, food supplements that they add to their regimen. I used this example last time, but I think it's just worth mentioning. There was a trend called the Sleepy Girl mocktail that involved tart cherry juice and magnesium citrate. So everybody and their mother was trying the Sleepy Girl mocktail. So you can easily grab onto trends like that and fit your products in whichever way that makes sense. So that's a new product category. Then we have a selection of bedding and fashion, supplier into main UK retailers, seasonal hotel quality bedding. We're seeing a lot more of that sort of lifestyle content as well. If you know of big time creators like Stacey Solomon and Mrs. Hinch and things like that. And, there's a lot of like cleaning categories and home type of categories and lifestyle. You'll see a lot of content revolving around, people literally making their bed. I know that sounds silly, but like I can watch somebody organize and clean their entire bedroom in a video, and I'll just sit there for hours and hours scrolling. So there is a large market for that. And you see a lot of just even regular time creators just talking about like, hey, I just bought this amazing duvet on the TikTok shop and it's just super comfortable, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to get a lot of product reviews and things like that as well.
Yeah, just want to add here, Vanessa, on that. So this particular supplier, their products are also available on John Lewis as well. So they are a very credible supplier. They fall under the top 5, the suppliers in the world in this particular category, textile and bedding category. So guys, worth check this supplier out. They have some really good products, and they are also offering free postage and special discount, for the next couple of months. So do check this out.
Yes. And also, as you can see there is a note. It says for fashion lines, we suggest purchasing products and showing them in a video or a live stream. I cannot stress this enough, how popular fashion live streams are on the platform. You'll literally see, these creators with just a rack full of different clothing items, and they'll try things on. They'll, talk about the product just in real time. And there'll be like hundreds of people on the actual live stream just looking for that sort of stuff. So fashion's a really big one. And I think just the visuals for fashion is a big deal as well. Okay, so we have this dark foaming mousse. It's a dark self-tan, quick dry, easy to apply. It's an award-winning brand, and it's easy and safe to use. Videos included in the product information for sellers to use, which is great. I can definitely let you know that a lot of the beauty and skincare girlies are huge into self-tan. So there is a wealth of content that you can draw inspiration from when you are creating your content for that. Okie dokie. So we have an importer of home and garden products, uniquely designed items not available in the high street shops, free delivery and initial discounts until the 27th of April. Once again, guys, huge home and garden category on the platform. There's so many different unique ways that you can implement this into a video strategy. And I know that there have been people also doing live streams if you order stuff yourself, but you can obviously get creative with that. Okay, we talked obviously a lot about clothing and fashion accessories, things like that. So it says thousands of clothes and accessories. Some products have discounts up to 10%, mix of seasonal lines, which is great. It says suggest obtaining a spring summer range of products and create a catwalk in a suitable environment. So that's just what we just talked about, really. So in your actual content strategy, as well as your live streams, that would be ideal. Okay, so how to source the right products for your business. So what is trending in April and May? I love this. So the poor weather. The weather outside has been weathering. It's just not been a fun time, but we are, alas, in the UK, so it is what it is. But yeah, it is a good opportunity to start selling garden furniture and things that are, rain resistant, parasols and all of the fun things. It says there's a number of TV shows highlighting storage and clutter saving products. So I myself have been seeing a lot of videos on the platform right now of like different storage units and things like that. Like I said, people love watching people clean, organize, declutter, set up their garden, etc. Like people want to do that because what it does is it draws inspiration for somebody to be like, oh, I need that. I want that. I want to do that. I feel so motivated to clean my house right now and organize my shoes. Like that's what it does for people. So it says we have a number of space saving travel items. That's a huge video niche. It's like, come with me while I pack to my trip to Paris for the weekend and using these travel containers. And this is what I packed for this, etc. So there's so many different fun video ideas that you can come up from that as well. Barbecue party related products, including weather beating gazebos, barbecue spices and utensils. I don't know how many of you guys have followed videos of, those guys that are just cooking outside. I don't know. That's like, maybe that's just on my For You page. I'm not sure, but it is a niche that you can definitely dive into there. And then we have the benefits of TikTok Shop and Avasam, which I guess I'll leave that to you, Tejas.
Sure, no problem. So in the beginning of the webinar, I did allude that if you decide to actually use Avasam and sourcing the products and selling on TikTok, we started offering the account management support, and that is available for our business and Guru subscribers, where we not only just help you to onboard you on a platform, but also help you with curate the product list and also help you with the tricks and tips on a weekly basis with the one-to-one account management, where what are the latest trends out there and what are the things you should consider doing it to grow your business on TikTok. So if you are considering, knowing the stats, what Makan has just highlighted, a TikTok Shop as one of the channel, I think, that having account management support will help you to fast track your journey on TikTok. with this, the strategic partnership with TikTok Shop, you will get a reduced commission for first 3 months, which is 1.8 compared to 5%, which is the standard charge. And if you are selling on other marketplaces, then you know that this is a bargain, guys. Having 3 times more opportunity to reach out to the customers, but also having such a low percentage rate on a fee. I think that is a bargain. Which is also going in your favor, and for first 90 days, it is less than 2%. So I think something you should consider. As a part of this partnership, you do get access to the product and shipping vouchers. So what is product voucher looks like, where you get, your account get a £5, £10, £20 product voucher. So your customers can actually make a purchase with the use of voucher, and let's say you are charging shipping service in those shipping fees in those scenarios. With these vouchers, those shipping charges will turn into the free delivery, right? So again, that will be also available if your account get qualified for it. We do try to get you the access of the marketing opportunities, like having the banners on TikTok Shop, or to participate into different promotion. Like last month, we had a Ramadan promotion where we were fully involved. Then every month there is a payday promotions, like a May Madness promotion, different promotions that are always going on, and we try to add you in on those promotions, so it helps your products to get boost, and your products can also reach to the right influencer base. We also get you, in touch of wider the community of TikTok sellers. Whenever there is an event out there at TikTok head office as well, if you are part of our account management service, we will extend that invitation over to you as well. So you also get a chance to go and sit in their head office and listen to the creators directly, influencers directly, and learn that what are the things you should consider doing it to grow your business on TikTok. Is there anything else, Makan, you want to add here for this partnership? What are the benefits they can get?
I think you covered the key ones. The only thing that I believe is worth mentioning, and this is something that I say to many brands and merchants who are considering onboarding onto TikTok Shop, partnering up with the right TikTok Shop partner, it will be pivotal towards your growth on the platform. And Avasam is one of our top and trusted agencies. So we have trust that they can and that they can build brands and merchants on TikTok Shop, and the proof's in the pudding. So there's the results to back that up. But in terms of the actual specific benefits, I believe you covered them all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Makan. So now I'm going to open the stage for the Q&A, guys, which is, as I mentioned, always my favorite one. So any questions you have, you can put it on the question section, and we'll try our best to answer that for you. I'm also enabling the chat as well. So if someone is struggling to raise a question separately on a question area, then Q&A area, then you can put it on a live chat as well. Right. So while our attendees are typing their Q&A, from your understanding, Makan,
yeah,
what piece of advice you would like to offer them? What in terms of the products, the strategy, which you reckon that they should consider, selling on a TikTok Shop?
Mm-hmm. Sure. My first piece of advice is, first and foremost, we are a content-based platform, and so content will be an important part of your scaling strategy. But having said that, if you don't have the right product, you can create a lot of content and it still will not convert. So selecting the right product is quite important. And that kind of ties with the 4 C's that I went through earlier in the presentation. So just doing a bit of market research to understand, is there demand for this type of product? Are other sellers selling similar products? I think is incredibly important. And then essentially, is there a community for it? That's the question that you need to be asking. And then the second component is the price. Price will definitely play an important role in terms of converting, because if you have a product that is very similar to your competitors, but it's just more expensive, it's not going to convert, regardless of how creative your content may be. So those are my pieces of advice.
Understood. So we have a question from Shelley here. She's asking that from a P&L point of view, which is profit and loss perspective, what net margin do you need? Do you expect TikTok to return? So I think she's referring more towards the margin point of view. And the second is, and how long does it take to become profitable? So I think she wants to understand the profitability aspect here. So Mekan, while you are thinking about it, so what I think, Shelley, it's a really good question. When you are doing a business, at the end of the day, we are doing it to make a profit, right?
Yeah.
Now, what I personally think that, the TikTok is not like eBay or Amazon, where you have one product and there are 10 sellers next to each other, competing on a price all the time. However, being a marketplace as a TikTok itself, it is a price-sensitive platform. So your price needs to be competitive. But what Vanessa highlighted earlier, that if your content is really good, and if you have actually created a use case which fits into the trends really nicely, then you can get away by not being the cheapest all the time. You can charge relatively reasonable price and make a profit out of it. Now, how long does it take to be profitable? To be honest, it varies from products to products or the strategy, what you use. We work with a number of brands. Like some brands take up to 6 months to get into the profitable. Some brands are profitable from the first month itself. So there is not like a one answer to this. There are so many nuances to it, and how much efforts you are putting into it, right? So, but I think what has been shared today with you, Shelley, is that 4 C's, which is creators, culture, content, and community. That's quite important. And also what Vanessa highlighted is work with the trend. I think that's going to be super important. Is there anything else, Vanessa, you would like to add from your side?
No, I think you nailed it. To be honest with you, I think that's exactly what I would say. Like, focus on quality of content, and even like what Makan said about having competitive pricing as well, and just really doing your market research and just finding your target audience and selling to them. Using that sales psychology as well in your content. I think that's the big one. But yes, trends are A1.
Yeah, that's true. Another question we received from Lisa here, that she couldn't sell jewelry or rings, and it was asking for authorization. So what my understanding is that there are certain categories which requires additional paperwork. Now, why this paperwork is required? It is mainly to protect the end consumer. Now, but it's not a daunting process, guys. So if you are selecting any products from Avasam, if you talk to our customer service team, they will be more than happy to get that paperwork over to you and get you authorized for it. But having the right paperwork, again, it allows you to. There are two things. One, because it has a restriction, there will be less competition. The second is, if you have a right paperwork, it gives a confidence to TikTok shop themselves that this is the right seller, and they will boost your products more compared to others. So I don't see that it's a negative thing. I think it's a positive thing, from the selling point of view. But it's a very, very easy process to get the paperwork. Once you receive a paperwork, you just submit it, and it will get your restriction get lifted. And if you struggle even after submitting the documents, reach out to us. With the help of McCann and his team, we will try to get your account approved as soon as possible. Right. Anything else, McCann, you would like to add, or shall I move to the next question?
No, nothing else to add from my side.
Brilliant. Okay, the next one is again from Lisa. I find ones I have listed on TikTok, most have gone out of stock on Avasam. Right. So, Lisa, we are aware. I think if you're referring to the fashion or clothing supplier, which we had a recent issue where all the category and subcategory has been messed up. So some of the products, I think especially for that particular supplier, the number of products gone out of stock. But we are working on it to restoring that. So hopefully in the next few days, those products will be back in stock and you will be able to sell it. The next one is from the Shelly. How many content creators do Avasam have? Avasam have to do the creation? Sorry. What does this mean? How many content creators do Avasam have to do the creation? Okay. So how many creators we have? So in-house, currently we have 4, who are working full-time with Avasam. And then we have a community of over 1,000 freelancer creators who work with us as and when we need help. The next question we have from Lisa: how do you get the paperwork if you are dropshipping? So, as I mentioned, that there are restricted categories, especially foods, jewelry, fragrances. Those are the categories where you need authorization. And if you need that authorization, Lisa, reach out to us. And reach out to us on a support@avasam.com, and someone from our support team will able to help you with that. So same answer, how do you get the paperwork? Just reach out to us on a support and someone will able to help you. Then we have a question from Sarah. If I'm selling on Avasam product on my Shopify store, I do sell it on TikTok via my Shopify page or through the Avasam TikTok app. So you have a choice. Either you can sell directly from your from Shopify, to TikTok, or Avasam also have a direct integration with TikTok, so you can sell from TikTok from Avasam as well. In being Avasam, ourselves, we prefer that you sell it through Avasam on TikTok, because then the connectivity will be much better. The stock updates, the tracking updates is going to be much more faster. So I would recommend that you use Avasam TikTok app rather than doing it through the Shopify. It just saves time. Another question is, can you go over the dropshipping rules again, as I have several suppliers on my Shopify store shipping. So I think the rule is very simple. Cross-country dropshipping is not allowed on TikTok. So all the stock, whatever you are selling on TikTok, it has to be in the country, right? That's the rule. And that's what you should follow. Just to to get a competitive price, if you try to get a cheaper inventory from China where the goods will arrive after 7 to 10 days, it ruined the whole experience on the customer experience on TikTok Shop, and that's not allowed. So that's the rule which you need to bear in mind. Anything else, Makan, you would like to add?
No, that's pretty much it. That's the most important thing, to not try and cheat the system. The system will catch you out. If it doesn't catch you out the first time, it will eventually catch you out, and then it'll have a magnifying glass over you, and that's something you don't want. So yeah, the number one rule is just to perhaps just have stock in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Lisa, you said I did it before. I'm really sorry if you've done it before and you haven't received the information. Just reach out to the team one more time. I will make sure after this call that I will let them know as well that this is a priority for you, and we'll get that paperwork over to you as soon as possible. Okay. Ali is saying, sorry, I missed it. Will this webinar be available watch for later? Yes, it will be, Ali. So we will send you, the system will send you the email with the link, which you can watch at a later stage. I don't have a link right now because the webinar is not complete yet, but you will receive the link at a later stage. Right. I think we don't have any further questions from anyone, but I think I have a question for Vanessa, and then for you as well, McCann. So, I think we have many attendees here. They may not be a content creator themselves, like what you are doing, Vanessa, right? So if you have to give one piece of advice to them that, okay, what do they need to do? If someone has not been in front of camera, if someone hasn't sold the product before, right? What piece of advice you would like to give it to them?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I would say first and foremost is just getting yourself familiar with the platform and watch a ton of content. Mm-hmm. Get different content ideas, inspiration. Sometimes we laugh because we'll get, affiliates tagging products of different companies that we work with. And it's not great content, but it still makes sales. And I would never recommend making bad content in hopes that it'll get sales. But I think the point that I'm trying to make is don't overthink it too much. There's a wide variety of different types of content on the platform. So I would say doing some market research, competitor analysis, and a lot of just like looking at what's performing well, seeing what kind of converts. I would say try and steer away from too many TikTok gurus on the platform saying, this is how you're going to go viral in this many days, et cetera, because at the end of the day, the algorithm itself is always maturing, evolving, and really what you want to focus on in your advert, in your shoppable video is either, telling a story, hitting maybe a pain point for your ideal customer. Like I said, kind of just really going over that sales psychology, just talking directly to who you're wanting to sell to. But I guess overall, have fun. And experiment with different types of content. I think for me, my biggest thing with TikTok is you just never know what video will perform great, because sometimes it's the video that you spend 3 hours executing and editing that just flops, and then sometimes it's the one that you spent very little time on that actually just takes off. So you'll hear a lot of advice out there, sometimes volume is good. It's not, I still think it's quality over quantity, but I do think that quantity over time really creates that consistency, and it allows you to experiment in your content creation. And the more content you create, the better at it you become, and the more you learn from what you've created. So that's kind of my advice. I think just really study the platform, get on the platform, see what kind of content you like to watch as well. I think that's a big one.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing the tip. Now, Macken, from your point of view, you work with many agencies, right? And I'm
Absolutely.
sure those agencies has their own creators as well. From your experience, if what I see, that what would you like to give out as a tip for this attendee, that what you have seen has worked and what are the next step they should consider?
In terms of working with an agency?
No, selling online, just because what I want to do, that I want my audience to get more confidence, that, to create more content, right? So
Yeah.
in that
Okay.
context, what do you advise?
Understood. What I would say is consistency. That's incredibly important because the TikTok algorithm likes that. So please, show up every single day and be persistent. Okay, consistent and persistent, they kind of overlap. So I think that's key. The other thing that I would say, which has already been touched on, is the authenticity. Nobody can be you. You're you. And TikTok loves that. It's a platform where it encourages people to be creative, and you're not emulating anybody. You're just being yourself. So that's very powerful. And then in terms of a third point, so watch a lot of content, be up to date with the trends and the hashtags as well, because then again, they can also provide you with great opportunities to kind of take advantage of that as well.
Okay, guys, I honestly think what the three things what McKenna just mentioned, that is golden nuggets from for this webinar. He has to think about it. So that answers, Sarah, your question about AI generated videos. But no one can replace you, Sarah, right? So AI can generate the content. It can actually fill the gap for you, but that's not advisable, right? If you ask me, I mentioned in a previous webinars as well, TikTok is a recommendation platform. TikTok is an entertainment platform. TikTok is a video platform, right? Just hear this thing, what I'm just saying, that it's an entertainment, recommendation, it's a video platform. And for that, you need to be in. You need to have fun with it. So whatever the products you select, whatever the content you produce, it has to have that charisma in it, so that will allow your viewers to enjoy that and buy from you. So you can generate the video, but my recommendation, I would recommend not to go on that route. Another question, Sarah, you asked that, did TikTok ship Avasam products globally? No. So as I mentioned, that worked just with the UK territory, because cross-border dropshipping is not allowed, right? And whatever products you will find in Avasam, which is eligible for TikTok, these are all local products only. So it's not for the global program. And the last question Darren has asked, that is it fully automated? Does it cover updated tracking numbers? Yes, it updates the tracking numbers automatically as long as you have done the right shipping mapping service, and it also updates the stock and price automatically as well if your SKU has been mapped correctly, with Avasam system. Right. So that leads us to the end of the webinar, guys. As I said, I really enjoyed talking to you all today, listening to your questions. I think every month we do this, and I started addictive now, that to come here and share what I have learned in last 4 weeks and help you guys to grow. So I hope you have able to learn something from this webinar, from this amazing the experts on the call with us. So thank you, Vanessa. And Macken, really appreciate your time for joining us today and sharing your experience with our customers. So thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
For having me on.
Thank you, guys. Cheers. Bye.